So over the years, I've spent a ton of money on really expensive filmmaking gear, but sometimes it is the budget pieces of gear that can make all the difference on set. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 different pieces of really budget filmmaking gear that I really do think can help make a difference. The first piece of gear that we're going to be talking about is this newer Vmount battery. It's very similar to the small rig, very popular Vmount battery that I see a lot of people have, and this comes in at nearly half the price of that. It has a USB-C and a USB-A port on the side. On the other side, it has a D-tap port, and then on top, it's got an 8V and a 12V DC port as well. Best way I like to use this is using the USB-C port to power either my C50 or my R6 Mark III, and then I actually use the D-tap port to power the monitor on top of the camera as well. For a normal 8 to 10 hour shoot, this lasts all day, powering my camera and my monitor. And what I also love about this, if you press this button, it tells you exactly how much percentage you've got left, and it also tells you how many volts each one is outputting. I bring this around a lot with me as well because it's also just great as a power bank. Now I can use the USB-C port to charge my Mac, my phone, my drone batteries, and even my Steam Deck as well when I am traveling. This is honestly such a great purchase, and I highly recommend this Vmount battery. The second piece of filmmaking gear that I really do recommend you pick up, and that is this Zhiyun M40 SE video light. Now Zhiyun did send this light out to me to test out, but they're not paying me to mention it in this video at all, and this is my honest opinions. I really like this light. I love any sort of light like this because it is so small. I used to have the Aperture MC, which was a 5-watt light, which is probably half the size of this, but that came in handy so much and it came with me everywhere. Well, now in 2026, this Zhiyun M40 SE comes in at 40 watts. A lot of the key lights that I use coming in at 60 watts, and that's my main key light. So the fact that you've got 40 watts of power in this tiny light here is pretty crazy, if I'm being honest. And what I love about it as well is that it comes in at under $100 and pounds. All you have to do is literally turn on this bottom light, and you can change the brightness using this, going up to 40 watts, and then you can change this because it's also bicolor. So you can go from, I think it's 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin. Bicolor lights, these are amazing for if you want to help motivate a practical light, like this lamp behind me. If I wanted to really make that pop a little bit more, I could just pop this behind it, match it to the same color temperature, and then it looks like that light is lighting up that background, for example. Or an on-camera mic if you want to get some extra brightness when you are filming the dance floor at a wedding, for example. The fact that these are so small and so light, there's literally no reason not to bring them with you on everywhere you go for every single shoot. I really do recommend this light, and like I said, use the link in the description below to go purchase this on Amazon. The next piece of gear that I really highly recommend is a 65cm lantern. Now I have a 90cm one, which is huge, but the reason why I recommend a 65cm one is because one, it can come in at around £50 or dollars-ish, depending on which one you're getting for. The one I'm using is a newer one, and I'm actually using it right now to light this video, and that's one of the reasons why I absolutely love it, because of the versatility. Because it is a lantern, it gives an overall soft image to your actual look, so I'm getting a nice soft lighting on my face. It's not harsh and directional like an Octodome, like the Light Dome Mini 3 for example. That can create some really harsh shadows, especially under my glasses. As well as having an Octodome like that, it can also make the background really dark, whereas with the lantern, it spreads the light out. Not only is it lighting my face and giving me a nice soft look, but it's also lighting the background as well, so I only need to use one light to make this whole YouTube video. Now the background might be a little bit too bright, but what I love about it, if you have only got one light like I'm using now, I can just create a simple mask around me, feather it out, and then darken the background to make me pop even more. It's not just good for that as well, it's also perfect for like if you want to get like a walking interview shot and someone's walking beside you on the gimbal. Because it is so small and lightweight, if you pair it with something like the Zhiyun X100 RGB, it can give them a really nice soft look while they're walking, and it also, like I said, just makes the overall scene a lot brighter as well. It's great for B-roll as well, so when I get B-roll, for example, when I get B-roll of this later, I will be using this lantern to create that nice soft lighting. The next item of this list is something that when you use once, you really don't know how you lived without it before, and that is something as simple as a trolley. There's so many trolleys that you can pick up. The one at my old job, we had one that was over £1,000, which was ridiculous, but I don't know how we lived without it before we got that trolley, because it makes things so much easier and so much faster when you are on set. Now the one we're talking about today isn't £1,000, it's actually under £100 in dollars, and honestly it is game changing. I used it last week week when I went on a shoot in York, which I actually did vlogs. But honestly, the amount of times that we used to have to drag every light, the pelly cases, your backpack, your audio equipment, your stands, your lights, 3, 4, 5 different trips. This trolley neglects all of that. You literally put everything in the trolley, and what I love about it so much is that it's so easy. It's not really heavy to pull. It's so easy to turn left and right and maneuver around buildings and stuff like that. It can go in lifts. Once you have it and you've used it, you really will never want to not use it again. Honestly, I really can't recommend this enough. Now, the last piece of filmmaking gear that I think I've mentioned on this video before, and that is something simple as a small rig Magikar. What I love about these is it's just so versatile for so many different things. If you want to get a really cool high angle shot, or literally just attach this clamp to it at the end, you can attach your bull head at the other end, attach even a full frame mirrorless camera, tighten it up. If you can't get your tripod where you want it, you can attach this to a door, a shelf, and you can get a really cool, unique shot. Not only that, it's also great for BTS shots. So I love using it to connect one end to the bottom of my camera, the other end, put it behind my camera, mount my either Osmo 360 or my DJI Pocket 3, and I can get a really cool BTS shot for social media. This honestly comes in handy so much. It's so versatile for so many things, and it is so cheap. What, it's like 20 quid maybe? So I highly recommend this, and everything else in this video that I have mentioned as well, I will leave the link in the description below for you to go purchase. So if you did enjoy this video, hit that subscribe button, and you actually might be interested in this video. So if you are, make sure you go watch that